Hey friends, I know I am late again. I had a really busy day today. I watched church on my computer, and then I had to deliver some groceries for some people that can't get out right now. And then I was doing laundry, and it was just a lot going on. So I have my pajamas on, and I'm going to read you a little bedtime story. Or at least it'll be a bedtime story for me. I don't know when you'll get to watch this. But we're going to read chapter 3 of Junie B. First Grader One Man Band, and it is called More Bad News. And we already know that Junie B got hurt, and then Sheldon got hurt. So I just really don't know what else can happen to poor old Room 1 and their children in it. So let's read chapter 3, More Bad News. Mother came to get me from school that day. She said that she would drive me and Sheldon home so that we wouldn't have to take the bus. I walked to the parking lot very limping. Sheldon was still wearing the ice bag on the top of his head. My, it must have been quite a day in Room 1, said Mother. Sheldon did a sigh. I've had better, he said. After that, both of us got in the back seat and we buckled our seatbelts. Sheldon quick put his window down, and Mother turned around. Gee, I don't know, Sheldon, she said. That's going to be a lot of wind on you, don't you think? I like wind, said Sheldon. Wind makes my cheeks flap. Mother stared at him a second. Okie dokie, she said kind of quiet. Then she turned back around, and she started the car, and we drove out of the parking lot. Sheldon leaned his head close to the window, and he tilted his head into the rushy air. He opened his mouth so the wind flapped his cheeks. Both of us started to laugh. Only just then a little bit of trouble happened, 'cause Mother went around a corner kind of whizzy, and Sheldon's head got tilted even further, and whoosh! The ice bag blew right out of the window. Sheldon sat very still after that. Finally, he closed the window, and he drummed his fingers on the seat. Today isn't really going that good for me, he said. I nodded, and then I patted his arm. 'Cause sometimes I understand that boy perfectly well. That night, I tossed and turned in my bed, 'cause my toe did not like things touching it, that's why. Not even the sheet. Only here's the worstest part of all, because the next morning when I when I took off my covers, my whole entire toenail was black. I did a scream at that terrible sight. Mother and Daddy came running. Junie B, what on earth is the matter? Said Mother. My toe is the matter! My toe is the matter! I hollered back. Look, look, look! I held up my foot for Mother to see. Oh my, she said. The doctor said this might happen. Your toenail has a bad bruise on it. I wrinkled my eyebrows at her. A bruise? I said, that's all it is? It's just a bruise? Mother nodded. Yes, it's just a bruise, Junie B, she said, because I'm afraid it's going to be a little painful to wear shoes for a while. Daddy sat down next to me. Don't worry, though, honey, he said. As soon as it grows out, it will look all normal again. He pointed at his bare feet. Look at mine. I've bruised my big toenail many times over the years, but it's always grown out good as new. See? I looked at it and made a face. Daddy's big toe is not attractive. Just then, tears came in my eyes. I touched my toe very gentle. Ow, ow, ow. It hurts even worser than yesterday, I said. And so now what am I supposed to do? 'Cause I don't even want to wear sandals to school again. On account of sandals don't protect toes from getting hurt. Mother thought for a minute, and then she went to my closet. She got my old red sneakers, and she cut a hole in the top of them with some scissors. Then she held it up for me to see. Ta-da! She said real singy. And what do you know? The hole was right where my sore pinky toe would be. Mother helped me put on my red socks, and then she slid the holy sneaker on my foot very careful. And surprise, surprise, it didn't even hurt hardly. After breakfast, Mother drove me to school again. Only at first, when I went to my room, I felt kind of shy about my sneaker hole, and so I snuck to my seat and I showed it to my friend Herb in private. And guess what? Herbert's whole face lighted up. "A window," he said. "You've got a window in your shoe." I did a giggle at that idea. "Hey, yeah," I said, "a piggy toe window." Just then Sheldon came hurrying into the room. He had a shiny red Band-Aid on his forehead, and he stood in front of the room and he pointed to it with his finger. "No one touch this, please," he said real loud. He turned to Mr. Scary. "Even though I came back to school today, I'm still not totally right up here," he said. Mr. Scary nodded. "Oh, yes, Sheldon, I'm very aware of that," he said. Sheldon kept on talking. "I probably shouldn't play in the kickball tournament on Friday either," he said, "'cause what if I'm standing at home plate and a ball starts rolling at me and then it hits a rock and it bounces and it smacks into my Band-Aid and then I get a bump on top of my bump?" He did a little shiver. "Double bumps would not be good," he said. Mr. Scary looked at him. "No, Sheldon, double bumps would not be good," he said. "But don't worry. Between now and then, I'm sure we can come up with something else that you can do in the tournament." After that, Mr. Scary glanced over at me. "And don't you worry either, Junie B," he said. "We'll think of something else you can do too, okay?" I raised my eyebrows at that guy. "Yeah, but I don't want to do something else, Mr. Scary," I said. "I want to play in the kickball game. I've been practicing really hard." Mr. Scary smiled, kind of sad. "Yes, I'm sure you have, Junie B," he said, "but your toe is already sore, and I doubt that you'll feel like kicking a ball with it by Friday." I sat there a minute, because I never even thought of that problem before. All of a sudden, my shoulders felt very slumping. I put my head on my desk and I hid under my sweater, because now I would never be the star of the kickball tournament, and that had been the happiest daydream of my life. So that chapter title was pretty accurate. More bad news for Junie B and for Sheldon. So tomorrow we will read chapter 4, and it's called Choices. So maybe that has something to do with what else Junie B could do in the tournament besides playing the kickball game, because that's obviously not something she's going to be able to do. So I hope you enjoy the rest of your Sunday. I am about to cuddle up in my bed and read a book and go to sleep. But I will see you back here tomorrow. Bye, friends.